You run out of words, you shrink, you leave. You get quieter with me, like I'm asking for a secret you can't speak. You get smaller in your seat, like my eyes are something heavy, something deep. I could beg for louder answers, but I know what silence means. You get quieter with me and louder in my dreams. Oh, I watch you laugh till you're almost falling out your chair, throwing your head back like there's not a single broken thing in there. Then you turn my way, and the air just tightens in your chest. You change the subject before your heart can make a mess. You get quieter with me, like I'm holding up a mirror you don't need. You get careful with your feet, tiptoe around the pieces at your knees. I could chase you with my questions, but I know what distance brings. You get quieter with me, and I get loud in my own skin. Maybe loving me means you might love you a little too. So you pull away from everything. I cannot believe it. Come on. I'm right here, staying still as I can be. If you ever want the noise, I cannot believe it. Leave with me, you'll get quieter with me. Like the truth is something heavy on your teeth. You get lost inside your sleep while you hand the world your brightest, best relief. I can't teach you how to love you, but I'm learning what I need. If loving me comes second, then loving me won't be for me. Okay. I received your letter today. I received your letter today. The words left me speechless. I never knew you felt that way. I thought you really believed that we could last. 6, 7, 8. But yet you wore a mask, you wore a mask. You wore a mask. You wore a mask. Ooh. Oh, 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 oh. No. A tear ran down my face. A tear ran down my face. All right. So I want to say welcome. Hold up. I apologize. This has been one of those trying days, and I'm trying to kind of get a sense of what's happening here today. Okay, first of all, I was messing with something on my computer and I accidentally messed with something. So, in the process of me messing with something, I messed with everything. So, I am in the process of not having my access to what I need to have access to. So I'm going to have to talk strictly from this today. I was trying to get into my what's the name? Into my login for this because I had to switch over to a different um I had to switch over to a different I don't want to say I had to switch over to a different website, browser. And because I did that, um, all my passwords and everything that I actually had saved up is gone. So I find myself, oops, I I figured out I have to figure out how to do something different now. So that is my dilemma. I'm having to change passwords, and I don't. I'm not a good person to change passwords. I really get irritated because I have to do that. I'm sorry, I do. Because I get so stuck with one password, I don't want to have to change again. But I see that I have to, and it's kind of frustrating. So we're going to have to actually do this from this book. Um, I know I'm on YouTube right now. I am so sorry that I'm having this issue. In a few minutes, I have to, in about an hour or so, I have to start another live, and I'm hoping everything works out over on this new browser. So, and I love the way it looks. I love the cleanliness of it. I love the way this is so much better from what I was doing over on my other, over on Google Chrome. This comes out a lot better. So if my head's closer, it's because everything is close to me. Okay. I made sure that I look all right for you guys. Yeah. I look all right. I'm looking up here. I don't know why I'm looking up here because my camera is in front of me. So, guys, I have that issue all the time. So I'm sorry if I was still playing the music. The reason why I was still playing the music is because I was in the middle of doing something else. So please forgive me for that. Hopefully, I have all this situated by the time we do our first monthly meeting with Legacy Liftoff. Hopefully, I'll have all that done and taken care of by then. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I know I'm hoping my crew can come in. And if they can't, that's fine. They can always go back and watch this here on YouTube. So we have today, we're going to be talking from the Melanated Women's Playbook for time management and leadership. We are almost completely finished with this book, so I am so happy about that. So we're going to be on chapter 10, building a supportive network, the role of mentorship and leadership. So this is a great, great part if you are a person who really, really, really is into being a mentor to somebody. Okay, so this is going to be good for us, right? Now, this right here is I had it printed out. This is our next ebook. I have not put it on the website yet, but I will be putting it
on the website. Okay. It's called the Miscalculating Her Story, Black Women and the Rewriting of History. So this is going to be pretty good. I can't wait for us to do this one. And as you see the back of the book, right? Okay. So I'm going to put this on the website so it can be available for purchase. Excuse me. I already said in this website what we're going to be, I mean, excuse me, this website. This ebook that we're going to be doing, I'm going to be, I think I might do this web. This is going to be one of the freebies I'm going to be giving away if you attend the first Monday's class. Okay, so if you decide to attend the first Monday's class, I will be giving this away. So when we do start working in this, you guys already have it and we can go through it together like we do everything else. I didn't give you guys a copy of this one because you guys got a copy of the other one. So I can't give everything out for free because then I mean, it won't benefit me, right? So I have to be able to get just do that little by little. And the only reason why I do the giving away is because we do this in the class, and a lot of this is stuff that we can use. You can go back and read anytime you need to. I know a lot of people don't do a lot of reading, but I think reading is very, very, very important. And when we're doing getting that mindset together, understanding what we have to do. Okay, opposed to what we decide not to do. Okay. um so so let's go ahead and get started. And again, I am so sorry that I am not able to share the screen. I feel so odd that I'm not able to share the screen tonight. Hopefully everything works out and we can get back in here, and I can definitely um make sure that everything that's needed to be done can be done. um I'm just like flabbergasted that I was not able to get everything the way that I wanted to. So let me see something here. Let me go in here. I need to go in here to do something else. And it's so hard to have everything ready for you whenever you're getting ready to do something. Oh my God, it is like it is hard for me. And I get my patience gets real thin. So I need to see something here. Let's see here. Let's view channel. So I make sure you guys um, know that I am here. Let's see here. Let's see what my lives look like. Okay. So let's go over here. Let's make sure. I have to make sure you guys can hear me. So yeah. Let's go over here. Let's make sure. Okay. I have to make sure you guys. Good. So I'm sorry. I had to make sure you guys could hear me over here. Okay. So, again, let's go ahead and get started with the book. This is an ebook that you can find. This ebook. Let me show you the cover. I guess that would help with the cover. You can find this one and my other ebook. Here's the cover. Here it goes. So this is the cover of the one we're talking out of right now. Okay, so do you see that? That is the cover of the one we're talking out right now. We're talking from right now. You can find this one and others on our youcan'tclipmywings.com. You see it down at the bottom. You can go over there in our shop, and you will find um, that product and other products on there. I have other digital products. I have coloring books on there. I have more books like this. I have journals on there. If you wanted to print out and do a journal, you have a journal on there that you can. These are all blank page journals. Okay. The one that I've been working on one, and it's a struggle. I'm gonna tell you, it's a struggle. But you're going to actually have something you can interact with. So that means you're going to be able to answer questions, write down things. It's going to be a whole journal. And I have been working on that. And it's also part of the Legacy Liftoff series. So let's go ahead and get started. And I feel so bad because I can't show you everything, but I'm gonna get everything together. I'm gonna get everything together. Everything's gonna work itself out for us. Just watch. Okay. Um, so chapter 10, because we're on chapter 10, we have been doing very well in this book. I think this one has 12 chapters. And this is going to be awesome once we finish with it. Let's see here. Yeah, that's it. Wow. Okay. So I think this has 12 chapters in it. So let's talk about mentorship. So I would like to ask you, what do you think a mentor is? How do you see a mentor? What do you think? What does it mean to be a mentor to someone? Do you feel like you're influencing someone? Do you feel like you're doing something that is helping someone? Do you feel like you have the leadership skills to make those things happen? Okay. If you have the leadership skills to make those things happen, what are you doing? How are you doing it? Okay. That's the question that needs to be answered. I mean, asked. How are you actually doing that? Let's see here. I'm sorry. Do you feel like you have the tendencies to be a mentor to someone? Um, and if you do, what do you consider? What makes you think, right, that you qualify to there we go. Okay. You qualify to fit that bill. Can anybody be a mentor? Okay. Or do you have to have particular personality traits? Do you have to have some type of certification? Do you have to, what makes a mentor? Um, when we look at it from the standpoint of being a leader, you can mentor anybody actually if they're interested in the same thing that you're interested in. Um, you can mentor somebody, say you know a lot about horses, and there's somebody who wants to know more about horses. So what do? You can be that person to help them because you have a lot of knowledge about horses, and you can share with them how to deal with horses, how to handle them, how to feed them. You can be a mentor to someone. You can be a mentor to a child. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be another adult. You can be a mentor to a child. Having that support system in place is very, very important. Okay, very important. So let's go ahead and get in here. So the role of a mentorship in leadership. So this is what we're talking about. I gave you some really simple examples, but I'm going to go deeper than that. Okay. Golly, already. The role of mentorship and leadership. Mentorship plays a pivotal role in leadership. Okay, particularly for melanated women who often navigate unique challenges in their professional journeys. Right. The guidance of a mentor can illuminate pathways that may not be immediately visible. So this is a long-term thing sometimes, helping to develop skills and confidence necessary for effective leadership. So, in other words, or in another world, in a world, where representation matters, having a mentor who understands the intricacies of being a melanated woman in leadership can make a significant difference. Okay. This relationship fosters both personal and professional growth, enabling mentees to harness their own potentials fully. So if you're in if you're in a situation um, where you have this opportunity to be a leader, okay, right, or you have the potential that somebody thinks that you have those qualities, and you understanding that as a mentor, that is very important that you set examples. Leaders set examples, and plus leaders create more leaders. So what better way is to set examples to that person that you're mentoring? Okay. So we know that with black women or melanated women, it's a little different for us. We don't just fall into that and everything works out for us. Sometimes it takes experiences, it takes a little bit of struggle. It takes because we're so people expect more out of us. So the job is more, it's much more harder to deal with or a little bit more complicated. And we have to figure out how we fit in. Okay, so it's like a puzzle. So we have to figure out where do we fit in this jungle of leaders and who would want to mentor me, who would want to have me as a mentee. Do I have all the traits that are needed for me to even fall into the category of actually wanting to follow behind someone, or I don't want to always say follow, but learn from, because you're actually being a student to someone who's in a position of experience, and that's your leader, right? Or the person that you decide to choose to lead you when it comes to your business, when it comes to life in general, right? We look at our moms, okay? For instance, we look at our moms and we put our moms in a leadership position or role when it comes to us as women, right? Mom is the ultimate woman. Mom is the first woman that we see. So we start to find ourselves picking up on her ways of doing things, how she handles the children, how she does groceries. We pick up on all those ways. And not saying all of them are bad, because some of them are very good. Well, a lot of them are very good. How they raise their children, how they maintain the household. So our mothers are literally our first leader, okay? Whether we want to admit that or not, but our mothers are, because what we do is we emulate how she takes care of the home, right? So, in the realm of life coaching and time management, mentorship can provide tailored strategies that resonate with specific experiences of melanated female entrepreneurs. Now, yeah, I want to just explain something real quick, you guys. The reason why it's not on the screen, I'm not sharing the screen, is because I changed my browser. So when I changed my browser, I kind of left everything else, and I was struggling trying to get into my different websites and stuff. So I said, forget it. I'm not even gonna worry about it tonight. I'll just read from the paper, because usually, we share the screen on that. Um, but that happened, and I'm not gonna be disappointed tonight. I can't. Okay. So, so it says here, these mentors not only their mentors are not only sharing their knowledge, but also offer practical advice on balancing multiple responsibilities while maintaining focus on leadership goals, right? The insights gained from experienced mentors can help women prioritize their time effectively, ensuring that they make the most of every opportunity that comes their way. So again, we're talking time management. So our mentor is not only going to teach us how to do things, they're also, teach us how to do a job or enhance us on all the things, especially if we're going through a training, right? They're also showing us how to time manage everything we touch, right? In the scheme of what we do. So it's trying to figure out a way, well, they are trying to figure out a way where all that can fit into one. And after they've mentored a many people, and now it's your turn to be mentored, they have it down pat. They know how to do it. They don't have a problem with setting you up where you're learning everything that they're doing, okay, and you're doing it in the same, you're streamlining it just like them. So that is so important when you're doing your own business as an entrepreneur, and when you're working in the private sector and you're working with corporations, okay? The insights gained from experienced mentors can help women prioritize their time effectively, ensuring that they make the most of every opportunity that comes their way. This tailored approach is particularly essential in cultivating the resilience required to thrive in a competitive environment. Okay. Moreover, the role of a mentorship extends beyond skill development. Yes, it creates a supportive network that is crucial for emotional well being, because that is important to have that balance. Melanated women often face systemic barriers that can be discouraging. Making it vital, okay, to have someone who can provide encouragement and understanding. So you're going to need that. Like I go back to the, motherly way. Mom knew how, whenever a crisis, whenever a situation came, she knew how to handle it. She knew how to would arise. Mom knew how to take it in stride. Mom knew how to calm everybody down if she wasn't panicking, and she knew how to move through whatever that problem was or that situation that arose or that crisis that arose. Mom knew how to do it. And we sat back and we watched mom do those type of things, right? Melanated women off the, okay. Then it says here, as mentor serves a beacon of hope, reminding their mentees that they are not alone, in their struggles. This emotional support can enhance motivation and drive essential qualities for any leader aiming to leave a lasting impact. So again, the whole role of a leader is to create more leaders. See, this is a picture right here. Okay. So it says here, it's also important to consider the emotional aspect of automating our tasks. Many melanated women find joy in the creative aspects of their work. By automating tasks that drain our energy, we create space for creativity and innovation flourish. This is not only enhances our professional satisfaction, but it also empowers our teams and communities, showcasing the vibrant potential of melanated women in leadership. In conclusion, wait a minute, you guys. Oh, are we talking? Okay. Are we talking? Okay. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Trying to figure out, are we talking? In conclusion. Okay, so hold up, y'all. I think I'm okay, environment professional strategy. Okay, so I think I was on the wrong thing. Hold up. Chapter 10. Okay. So now we're talking. We went from mentorship and sins. Okay. So now we're talking. Please. Um. Okay. That's crazy. Because we're talking automation right there. That's why. Okay. I don't know how that happened, but I think it goes like this. Okay, so we're gonna, let's see here. I want to make sure I'm in the right spot because this is chapter 11, which is the last chapter. Yeah. Yeah, this is the last chapter. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm sorry. So, okay, so then we stop right there. Then we start. It's also important to consider emotional aspect. Then it's talking about automation. But we weren't supposed to be talking about automation. Not yet. Well, let's see where I left off at. Mm. Well, maybe it was chapter 11. I don't know how that took place. But anyway. Okay, so let's move on because I guess it ended there. So let's talk automation. Because that's the last of mentorship. Okay, that was it. That was the last of it. So it just says it's also important the consider the emotional aspect of automating our tasks. Many melanated women find, but why would that be on the back of that? Was that okay? Moreover, development to support crucial discouraging. Okay, so okay. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just a little bit confused here for a minute. Give me a second. Okay, why would it end like that? Okay, that was the end of that. Okay, so I guess now that's in conclusion. So that has to be back here. Okay, I'm confused. So I'm going to stop on that one. I'm going to talk this last part of this right now. Okay, so please forgive me. Um, chapter 10 got me all befuddled. Is that the word we're going to use? So, mm, real quick, we're going to go over chapter 11 because it is the very last chapter. So we'll be moving into, you weren't on, I don't think you saw it on here, but this is going to be the next book we do right here. It's called Miscalculating Her Story, Black Women in the Rewriting of History. Okay, this is our new ebook I created. Okay, all right. And if you are going to be available for our first Monday class that we do every first of the month, which is going to be April the 6th at 7 p.m. If you are available for that class, you will be getting this book in your email. Okay. And we will be doing some lessons out of this book for sure. Okay. Definitely. So this legacy liftoff is doing wonderful. I'm wondering if you guys have learned anything. We're going to talk about something before we leave. So I'm going to go a little bit into celebrating your achievements because we've done the whole book. We've learned how to time block. We learned how to time management. We understand the roles we play in our lives and other people's lives. We understand how having a good, solid game plan is important. We understand how to block off time. We talked about the Pandora. Last week we talked about Saturday. We talked about the Pandora technique that can be used for time management, breaking off 25 to 30 minutes per task. Okay, and prioritizing your task. So we learned all that. So we've learned a lot from this book. And I said I wasn't going to bother you with creating any workbook off of this one. Um, but the next one we are going to do that. And like I said, I will be sending you guys, if you participate in that class, you will be getting a copy of this. Okay. And then we're going to start that next Wednesday. That Wednesday, we'll be starting with this book. That Wednesday, which is going to be the 8th. So the 8th of April, we'll be starting on this book. Okay. Okay, so the next one is chapter 11, and I'm going to go through this real quick because, we'll have to start on the other class. Excuse me, I'll go into my other podcast. So chapter 11 is celebrating your achievements. So we've done everything we can do. We've learned everything we can learn. We've moved on. We've been able to progress in our jobs, in our leadership roles. We've moved up as an entrepreneur. If we're looking at it from an entrepreneur standpoint, we've sold our products. We've made money. We've created more clients. We got our doors open. If you have a business, a brick and mortar business, so things are flowing now, and you can sit back, and you've been part of the community, so you can sit back and watch how the rewards start to come in. As the melanated women in leadership roles, acknowledging our milestones and progress is crucial to our personal and professional growth. Each achievement, no matter how small, deserves recognition as it contributes to our overall journey. Celebrating these moments not only boosts our confidence, but it also reinforces a sense of fulfillment and motivation to continue striving for excellence. Okay. Um, I don't want to wear that to the point where I think that's so important that you got to be excellent at everything, but at least you've learned something, okay? And the things that you've learned and you can use now, you can move forward in life, okay? That's how I look at it, because everything doesn't have to be excellent. I don't like to put that as pressure on anybody when we talk about excellence, okay? I think everybody has their level of excellence that they meet, right? And I know certain excellences you have to have when you're working in the private sector. I get that. They're expecting certain things out of you. They're expecting some levels of achievements that you have to make in the job market, in that type of job that you're in. But you're, as an entrepreneur, you can look at it from a different angle. You don't have to do it the same way all companies do it. Keep that in mind. In the realm of time management, recognizing our progress allows us to evaluate our strategies, and adjust in approaches as needed. It is essential to track our achievements and identify what works best for us. That's right. This practice not only enhances our efficiency, but it also reflects our resilience and adaptability in the face of challenges, because that's what we learned about being flexible and adaptable, right? By being mindful of our progress, we can fine tune our time management techniques, right? And ensuring that we get the maximum potential as entrepreneurs and leaders. So you figure out what works best for you, okay? When we're talking time management, we're talking streamlining, when we're talking making sure everything is set in the sense where it needs to be, right? Furthermore, celebrating milestones fosters a supportive community among melanated women. When we acknowledge each other's achievements, yes, and create an environment of encouragement and empowerment, sharing our successes, no matter how big or small, inspires others to pursue their goals and reinforces the ideal that we are not alone in our journeys. This collective recognition strengthens our bonds and motivates us to uplift each other in our perspective paths. So, having someone as we go through this journey of being successful and being this person that we want to be, having someone there to encourage you and push you forward and say, hey, you can do it. I did it. You can do it. Let's figure out a way we can make that happen for you. You got someone who wants to work with you and make sure that you're doing what you have to do. You're there to check them to make sure they're doing what they have to do. You do not understand how important that is to have someone push you, right? As we navigate our leadership roles, it is vital to establish rituals that honor our progress. That's right. Whether it's through journaling, right? Creating vision boards, yes, or simply sharing stories with peers. These practices serve as reminders of how far we have come. Incorporating reflection into our routines, that's right, not only helps us appreciate our journey, but it also allows us to set new ambitious goals for the future. Milestones become stepping stones, propelling us toward greater achievement. So it's a constant thing to continue doing what you need to do to get to where you want to get to. Now, in conclusion, acknowledging our milestones and progress is a empowering practice that enhances our leadership journey. By celebrating our achievements, we cultivate confidence, refine our time management strategies, and fosters a supportive community. As melanated women, it is our prerogative to honor our journeys, reflect our growth, and inspire others to do the same. Yes, embracing our milestones not only enriches our own lives, but also paves the way for future generations of melanated women. So think about that. Important how important it is for us to move forward and make everything work. Work for us in our our journey as far as mentors go, because not only are you being mentored, you're creating a world for you to mentor someone else, because it might be someone out there looking up at you, watching how you're doing things, how you set your time up, how you spend your time, how you streamline, how you make things happen like this, right? They're watching you. Okay, don't necessarily have to be your employee. It could be anybody. It could be a young lady in the neighborhood. Okay, some community groups that you're probably part of, and they're watching you and they're eager to help you. Okay, whenever you come to a place and you're doing some work or whatever, and you have somebody who always wants to help you, watch that person, because that person is trying to learn from you, and they're going to ask a lot of questions, or they're going to sit back and observe you, right? So you want that. You, not to say that you want to feel like you're high and mighty and you're better. No, you want the ideal that is important, that someone is actually, you're actually mentoring someone. And then don't be afraid to ask them questions about how they feel about certain things that are going on, right? So you can do that back and forth with them and learn about them as well as they're learning about you, right? You can learn the way that they do things, because sometimes other people ideals can help you, whether you know that or not. They can help you too. So be open to being that person, to being that mentor, if that's what you want to do. You don't have to do it. It's not forced on you, but this is something that you can do, right? So now let's reflect on our journey, right? Reflecting on your journey is a central practice for melanated women in leadership and entrepreneurship. It allows us to pause and consider the experiences that have shaped your identity and career path, right? By taking time to reflect, you can gain valuable insights into your strengths, challenges, and growth opportunities. This process not only enhances self awareness, but it also empowers you to make informed decisions moving forward. So, all of this whole book was a journey for you, okay? And being able to travel through it, getting the information out of it that you needed to move forward, right? The time management is so important. This being the very playbook that you can use, right, to make those decisions, strategizing, being disciplined, goal oriented, and actually completing goals when you want to start small all the way up to when it get bigger. I mean, if you want to do it from the small to the biggest, but getting the goals done, right? Using the different techniques that they talk about in the book, right? Time management techniques, right? Visualization, right? We talked about automation. We tried to talk about automation. How to set up systems that'll work for you. Okay. Consider keeping a reflection journal where you can document your thoughts and feelings about your journey, right? This practice can help you clarify your goals and intentions while providing a space to process emotions and release any self-doubt. By regularly revisiting your reflections, you can track your growth and stay aligned with your vision. Now, remember, I told you I was writing in my journal earlier. Remember, I told you guys that this is my journal. Okay. This used to be, this was, it's got a lot of stuff in it now. This was my journal before I did this journal, right? And when I finished this journal, it was time for me to start a new journal. Okay. And I just so happened found this at City Trends. I like this little thing right here, right? And it had a gold pen to go with it, but I used the gold pen up, as you can see, because I've written to this book, right? Right? And I'm a sticker person. I told you guys I love stickers. So I use stickers to also emphasize what I'm talking about, right? So, like I said, I was just writing in it before I started the class. And I hope you guys are doing the same thing. I hope you guys are journaling. I hope you guys got journals. So tell me if you got a journal. Write in the chat whether or not you got a journal, and are you working in it. Miss Sister Sketch, we still have a consultation we're going to do. Okay, we're going to do a consultation, a free consultation, and we can kind of start there. I forgot to tell you that. I told you that one time before, but it's so much going on. So I just wanted to remind you, I haven't forgotten. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll contact you and let you know. Okay, finally have a journal. You finally got one. Great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, um, like I said, you guys, I'm gonna confess. These are my sticker books. Okay. Yes, I have been journaling. Good, great, awesome, awesome, awesome. So you probably like me. You probably have a whole bunch. I have to throw mine away because mine got some deep stuff in it. I don't want to look pass away and then people read my stuff now, right? But these are my sticker books that I use in my journals. Okay, um, that's just half of them because that's not all of them because there's a whole bunch more down there. So that I kind of collect them. It's like weird. I kind of collect them, but I love using them in my book because it helps when I can't think of something. I can put a sticker in place of what I'm trying to do. Now, also another thing I'm going to kind of suggest to you guys to do, and I don't know if you guys do affirmations. I know people pray, meditation. Those things really really help out, and I'm gonna tell you why. So last month, I tried something different. For the month of March, I tried something very different from what I usually do when it comes to affirmations and meditation. So I started counting the days. I first of all, I set a goal for how many days I was going to say a certain affirmation. And I did the last one for 22 days. I started on March the 1st, and the 20 I kind of let it linger a little bit more, so I finally finished it on the 26th day. Every day I would say affirmations. There was a group of affirmations that I would say every day. And let me tell y'all something. If you don't believe in doing that, if you don't believe in affirmations, you are missing out on something that is great. Because for the month of March, the affirmations that I chose to read out loud to myself every day for 22 days, well, 24, 25, about 25 days, things started to happen for me. Literally, from day 6, I think I was on day 6 when things started to actually happen for me. Literally. And it shocked me because I was like, what, wait, is this really happening? It was crazy the way things started to happen. One thing that really, really got me going was I had to go. I know you guys, I told you I went down to Baton Rouge to support Mr. Porter on his film, on the film Unpunished. I get to the hotel room and I got there early because I'm like that. When I'm doing something, I got to be early. So I came early. So lots of times they don't let you in your room until around that time. So just so happened, I got there about 2 hours early. And so I went to the guy. I came up there to throw trash in the trash can, and the guy was standing there, and he asked me, could he help me? And I was like, well, I don't know if you can or not. I said, because I know the time is 3 p.m. that I can check in. Is there a possibility I can check in early? I said, because I have to change, I have to get freshened up, and I have somewhere else to go to my event that I'm going to. And he looked at me, he said, He said, come on in. So I go in because he was outside. So I go in, I was like, oh my God, wow, I hope that's right. So he gave me my room, and it was so weird. He said, we just finished the room. I was like, oh man. Then, most of the time they make you pay a $50 deposit, right? I didn't have to pay the $50 deposit. And I was like, man. Then I got a phone call when I got in there and was getting everything situated. I got a phone call. And it was for something that I was supposed to have done at a later date. Well, the person who I was talking to had some time and I could get it done prior to the original appointment. So I'm like, wait a minute, this date cannot go any greater than what it did for me. Because I was exhausted, I was tired, I needed to rest, I needed to freshen up, I needed to just kind of get myself together. And then on top of that, the call that I got, I was like, okay, this cannot be real. And then it just started. Those are two main examples that I can have in my head that things were just falling into place. And I didn't stop. I kept doing them every day. I did those same affirmations. And so I said, okay, we know they work. We know they work. So now I started another set of affirmations, and I'm going to do it for the month of April. So I'm setting the time so that I know how long I'm going to be doing it. It doesn't mean everybody has to do it the way I do it, but it works for me for right now. So I'm going to see how the month of April how it's going to roll out. So far, it's only the first, so I don't know how it's going to roll out. But I started it. Actually, I got so anxious, I started it yesterday. So what I'm saying is, and then I'm journaling about my adventures. Okay, the different things that I can point out that happened since I started my affirmation. So I'm just saying, you guys, take advantage of what you have, who you are, and what you are. Because let me tell you something, you're a powerful person by yourself. You don't need nobody else to step in your shoes. You can do this by yourself. you you can do this by yourself, definitely. Okay, so at the end we talked about keeping a reflection journal, right? Engaging community and fellow melanated women can further enrich your reflective practice, right? Sharing your journey with others, like I was just telling you guys about what I did, who understands your experiences, can foster connections and provide support. These conversations can open your eyes to new perspectives and inspire you to continue pushing boundaries in your leadership roles. Collaboration and support are fundamental to thriving in your entrepreneur journey. Moreover, it is essential to cultivate support networks as you pursue your goals. Surround yourself with fellow melanated women who share similar aspirations and challenges. Engaging in discussions, sharing experiences, and offering encouragement can create a powerful synergy that fosters growth. This community can serve as a valuable resource, offering insights and accountability as you navigate, right, through your unique path in your entrepreneurship and your leadership. Finally, remember that growth is continuous, okay? Regularly reassessing your goals and adjusting them as necessary, and it reflects changes in your circumstances, because everything is not going to be on the up and up, okay? So you have to be able to be flexible. Okay, this adaptability is a hallmark of effective leadership. Celebrating, celebrate your achievements no matter how small, and use them as motivation to push forward. By setting new goals for continued growth, not only enhance your leadership capabilities, but it also set a compelling example of other melanated women aiming to carve their own paths in the world of entrepreneurship. Okay. Finally, make reflection of regular parts of your time management routine. Set aside specific moments each week to evaluate your progress, reassess your goals, and celebrate your achievements. This commitment to self reflection not only enhances your leadership skills, but it also cultivates resilience and adaptability in your entrepreneur pursuits. Remember, your journey is as much about the process as it is about the destination. So honor each step along the way. So everything that you try to do, whether it fails or it passes, it's yours. Claim it, no matter what it is. Claim it. It's yours. Okay? And learn from it. If you feel that that it's something that you're ashamed of, right? Learn from it. It doesn't matter. Learn a lesson. Learn that, okay, I'm not going to do that one again. Learn that, okay, um, I have to have a stronger mechanism to use this with. I have to be able to streamline. It's a lot of things when it comes to lessons learned, especially when it comes to dealing with people, places, and things, okay, and situations. You have to be able to know whether or not it's good for you. And then you also have to be accountable if things don't work out because it's your choice, right? Setting new goals for continued growth. Setting new goals is a transformative process that empowers melanated women in leadership roles to take charge of their personal and professional development. It requires introspection, a clear understanding of one's aspirations, and the courage to step outside of their comfort zones. So, by establishing new meaningful goals, you can create a roadmap for continued growth, and not only elevates your own journey, but also inspires those around you because people do watch you. People do feel that there's something about you that they want to be able to emulate. Emulate just means to copy or to be like. Okay. So they want to emulate you. They want to pick up something about you. They like the way that you solved the problem that came up, right? And they're watching and they're admiring you, how you handled a conversation that probably would have went off the deep end if you didn't know how to. A conflict resolution type situation where two other employees were not making it. You were able to communicate. You were able to make them be able to communicate with each other and fix that problem. So people watch that. They see how you come in and do that. And it don't necessarily mean that you have to be in a leadership role to do it, right? You're just a regular person off the street that knows and have the experiences of being able to make things happen, right? So, as we embark on this goal setting journey, consider the unique challenges faced by melanated women. Acknowledging these challenges allows for the creation of targeted goals for that to address specific areas of growth. Whether it's enhancing your time management skills or developing leadership strategies that resonate with your identity, setting goals that reflect your values and experiences is very crucial. Embrace your individuality as a source of strength and let it guide you in crafting objectives that are not only attainable but also deeply fulfilling. When setting new goals, it's important to employ effective time management skills, right, that align with your vision. Prioritizing tasks is key. Therefore, break your goals down into smaller, uh, actionable steps, right? This approach not only makes the process less overwhelming, but it also provides a clear path to track your progress. So you're able to pay attention to how things are happening, right? For instance, if your goal is to expand your business, outline specific milestones such as networking events, training sessions, or marketing strategies. Each small achievement will fuel your motivation and propel you toward your ultimate objectives. Moreover, it is essential to cultivate a support network, not as, I'm sorry, that was not what I was supposed to read. We're going to stop right there because it doesn't make any sense to keep reading. Okay. So this is the end part. This is what it looks like. Look at the award she got for all the work that she's done, right? You like her gold jacket? She got a pretty gold jacket on. Okay. So this is the end result of all the hard work you've done, being part of your community, creating situations, creating jobs, doing all the things that need to be done, you as a leader and entrepreneur, being part of who you are, what you are, and then bringing others along with you. So that's the reward she gets, right? Her achievement. Okay, so that is it for today. Um, Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Don't forget to continue journaling. Okay, do not forget first Monday. Excuse me. The first Monday is April 6th. So we will be doing our first Monday reset, because you know we do our legacy resets on first Mondays of every month. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys there. Miss Linda, I don't think you were on when I was talking, but this is our next book that we're going to be doing our lessons out of. Okay, and we're literally going to be doing some lessons. This one is called Miscalculating Her Story: Black Women and the Rewriting of History. Okay, so we're going to be talking out of this book next. I will begin if you are able to make our first Monday, which is at 7 o'clock over here. If you're able to make that, you will get a copy of this. Okay, I will be sending out the copy because this is going to be on the 8th of April. We'll be starting that Wednesday. We'll be starting this book. Okay, so I'm excited. Um, I'm hoping you guys learned some things. So, the one I don't know if everybody has gone through the whole book with me, but do you guys remember anything in this book that we talked about? Don't be shy. If you don't, that's fine. This was the only book that I didn't give you a copy of that you go back and check out. Okay. Um, but in this book, do you remember anything we talked about? We know this was about time management. We know that the roles of an entrepreneur and a person who's in the private sector in a leadership position. We learned. We learned about time management. We learned about different methods of time management. We learned how to handle stress, right, during those times. We learned how to mentor. We learned how to collaborate, create a team that will work together, that make things happen for your to get all your tasks done. Finding people who are like-minded. Okay, so we learned a lot out of that book, and we ended it with celebrating all the achievements, finishing up projects, getting that okay, you did a great job, or that attaboy, right? Getting those promotions that you needed. So, yeah, so this is all about being able to take all your skills and work them the way that is going to make you successful. Okay, so I am going to let you guys go. If you're going to be checking out the movie, if you didn't get a chance to watch the movie we watched called The Roots That Bind Us, I am going to attempt to share it on the Can We Be Frank show. I was telling Miss Sister that Miss Linda, let me tell you what happened. So I caught a virus on my Google Chrome browser. So I had to change over to another browser. This is called Opera. So everything that I had over there did not flow over here on this new browser. Only a handful of stuff. So I'm struggling. I'm struggling trying to make sure everything's going to work out. So I'm going to go ahead and practice a little bit before we get started. Me and Tavares did it earlier so that it won't be too many hiccups and I can handle the hiccups while we go through the movie. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go because you guys don't know. I was about to fight myself in here because I was like, this has got to work now that I got a new browser. But yeah, so I'm not on Google Chrome anymore. So it's kind of hard. I'm so used to doing Google Chrome. So I'm just having some issues because all my passwords, everything was already set up. Now they got to start all over again. But it's not a big deal. Look, that just look, it shows you challenges, flexibility, adaptability, accountability, knowing that I needed to change up some stuff. So I thank you guys for hanging out with us here on the Legacy Liftoff series. I will see you guys Wednesday. Well, no, is this Wednesday? This is Tuesday. So I did it ahead of time. No, this is Wednesday. No, this is Monday. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. What's today? Today is Monday, right, you guys? Shoot, I'm off. No, it's Wednesday already. Oh my God, it is actually Wednesday. I my and I haven't been drinking and I don't do drugs. So today is already Wednesday. Oh my God. Okay. So I will see you guys Saturday. And then I will see you guys Monday. Yeah. Okay. But we're going to go over on Can We Be Frank? You guys hang out with us over there. She said, when, okay, thank you. Look, I am so lost. And I don't know why. I guess because I was so entrenched in trying to make sure I have everything right over here. All right. So you guys have a great evening. We will see you back here Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Um, and I think I'm gonna have you guys something to do because I don't want to start the book yet. So I think I'm gonna have y'all something to do over here. I gotta figure out what it is. Okay. So you guys have a great evening. I'll see you guys later. And bye bye. Whoo boy. It has been a day, a day. Wait a minute here. Dog, it's already 8:10. Oh my God. She said, it happens to me. Yeah. When you got a lot going on, my head's moving around. I'm trying to make sure I got everything where it needs to be. Yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, good night, you guys. Oh boy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Mm, mm, mm.